So I mentioned this last night when I was cutting the videos. I didn't want to comment on the Sidney Powell situation until we figured out what the hell was actually going on. And you know what? Now we got a little bit more context. So let's feel free to run through the first article, what was breaking last night, and then kind of what we know today. Basically, the long and short of it is she's still going to be continuing her side of the fight. It's just not going to be in an official capacity with the Trump campaign. And that's probably a lot better because her stuff is a lot more conspiracy theory-esque. You know, it might hold water. I think it probably does at some level. It's just she's kind of working herself into a chute. If you understand that terminology, yeah, she's getting fed a certain line of stuff from a bunch of different people who think they have fantastical claims. If they can, hey, prove it, by all means. But making these huge, wide-ranging, we're going to break it open 6 points across the entire country, President Trump was robbed by, these are huge claims that would take a substantial amount of information to actually prove. Hey, if she still has the goods, by all means, I know that she's going to be going forward with a different lawsuit on her own behalf for the American people. But yeah, it's probably best that her and her team does it on her own, because what the Trump team is focusing on is a lot more constitutional based, a lot more election centric, not so much this civil kind of fraud situation that she's working on. But enough preamble, let's get into this. Trump legal team distances itself from Sidney Powell, what we were learning last night. President Donald Trump's legal team distanced itself from attorney Sidney Powell on Sunday evening, noting that she did not represent the president either as part of the team or in a personal capacity. In a statement attributed to Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani and Trump legal advisor Jenna Ellis, the team said Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own. She is not a member of the Trump legal team. She is also not a lawyer for the president in his personal capacity, because what was that, a couple of weeks, just after the election there, Rudy Giuliani officially took over the entire election fight effort, whatever. He's the fucking head guy. He's the HNIC, as it were. A source who spoke to Breitbart News on background suggesting that the team had hoped to work with her, but that Powell's public claims, had gone beyond the scope of the evidence they had seen and believed they could prove in court. Yeah, exactly like I was saying there in when we looked at the press conference from earlier last week when, oh my god, Rudy Giuliani's hair dye was run down his face. Yeah, like, for fuck's sakes. You know, the part that I highlighted was, okay, yeah, there could be an algorithm put into these voting machines, which we've seen how easy they are to hack. So a lot of her claims seem like they are very legitimate, but they could just be exaggerated. And when you're a lawyer, you need to be very particular with your words. It's all right when Trump makes grandiose statements and he's technically right, but he's just kind of hyping it up. When you're a lawyer, you can't really fall into those traps. And I guess that's what the Trump legal team was finding out with Sidney Powell here. Powell had pursued the theory that Dominion voting machines operating with Smartmatic software, which she was also claiming was in a bunch of different places, but it was only in California and Los Angeles County, where we looked at before, where there was those 42 cases of voter fraud being charged against the two guys who tried to steal an election, or tried to rather register a bunch of people who didn't exist or weren't alive or didn't live there anymore in Los Angeles County in order to steal a local election. But yeah, those votes never happened because it got stopped beforehand, but that's the only place where Smartmatic technologies were used. There is a little bit of a link going way back several years ago, but Smartmatic and Dominion software are rivals. It would be like saying that Ford and Chrysler are teaming up. It just wouldn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. But like I said, hey, if she's got the goods, she's got the goods, and she's pursuing her shit on her own. We're manipulable, and had been responsible for switching votes from Trump to Democratic challenger Joe Biden. She also alleged that Dominion had worked with foreign governments, including Venezuela. This is where shit gets really funky, and produced an affidavit purporting to support that allegation. She had not yet provided evidence that votes had actually been changed, however, and has faced increasing public criticism. Yeah, because she's starting to sound a lot less like a lawyer and a lot more like Alex Jones. Powell, an outspoken conservative, gained wide acclaim for her representation of former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, who withdrew his guilty plea after being prosecuted for lying to the FBI in a bananas fucking case that was there. And that's originally where everybody might have heard about the Logan Act. It's a fucking disgusting situation brought to you in part by the former Obama and Biden administration. If you can believe, I know, right? But where she initially gained all of her fame was she was doing a bunch of the prosecution against Enron back in the late 90s. So yeah, she has the goods when it comes to criminal attorneys and doing criminal law, but when it comes to election and constitutional law, she's a little lacking. So is this a great miss for the Trump campaign? Potentially when it comes to name recognition in the court of public opinion, perhaps, because she attracts a certain population of people. She's very vocal supporter, or at least she's sympathetic to the QAnon crowd, which, like I said, I don't know anything about, and it doesn't really attract me one way or another. Kind of like Trump when he said during the canceled town hall debate that turned into 2 separate town hall debates when stupid Savannah Guthrie was pressuring Trump there, and it was like, what do you know about QAnon? I don't know. I know that they don't like pedophiles and they like me. That's kind of where I'm at, except for I don't think they know who I am, so I can't really take credit for that. But that's what we knew last night. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to kick somebody when they're down when we don't know all of the information. Yeah, we don't even have anything straight from Powell herself, but now that the situation has changed, we know that, yeah, Sidney Powell agrees she is not a part of the Trump legal team. Oh, good. I'm glad that she's cognizant of that fact. Says the lawsuit coming this week will be epic. All right, well, if she's got the goods, we're going to see them this week. I look forward to seeing what she knows, or at least what she's proposing to know. Lawyer Sidney Powell said in a statement Sunday evening via General Michael Flynn that she understood the Trump campaign statement, that she is not a part of the campaign's legal team, and proceeded to file an epic lawsuit this week. She's talking like a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty. I have a tough time taking her seriously on this one. After Twitter suspended Powell for 12 hours, that would be why. I wonder why. I couldn't find any information on that. Flynn posted her statement on his Parler account, which said, by the way, Parler's a lot greater than Twitter, by the way, just in case you needed that reaffirmed for you. I agree with the campaign statement. This is the statement from Sidney Powell, by the way. I agree with the campaign statement that I am not a part of the campaign's legal team. I never signed a retainer agreement or said the president or the campaign a bill for my expense or fees. Oh, okay. So when she was just up there with Giuliani at a bunch of those different press conferences, and Jen Ellis as well, who's overseeing the entire thing from a Republican establishment standpoint, that yeah, she was just offering support. Okay, cool. My intent has always been to expose all the fraud I could find and let the chips fall where they may, whether it be upon Republicans or Democrats. Good, and that's what I've been fairly vocal, actually quite vocal about. I just want to know who won the damn election, okay? It's not about being a partisan for Donald Trump. It's about finding out what the fuck actually happened with all of these mail-in ballots and the weirdness there. The evidence I'm compiling is overwhelming that the software tool was used to shift millions of votes from President Donald Trump and other Republican candidates to Biden and other Democrat candidates. All right, cool. We are proceeding to prepare our lawsuit and plan to file it this week. It will be epic. We will not allow the Great Republic to be stolen from communists or by communists from without and within, our vote altered by manipulating by foreign actors in Hong Kong, Iran, Venezuela, or Serbia, for example, who have neither regard for human life nor people who are the engine for this exceptional country. Oh my God. You know, your statement would have held a lot more water if you could have just, saved that paragraph. I'm just saying. We, the people, elected Donald Trump and other Republican candidates to restore the vision of America as a place of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you'd like to assist this effort, make it non-taxable, defending the Republic, hashtag kraken on steroids. Ugh. It's like one of those hack stand-up comedians who's like, oh yeah, that dog was so bad, it was like a dog from hell. Or that guy was so crazy, it was like he was on crack. Just hack shit. Powell releases statements after the Trump campaign legal team, led by Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis, released a short statement, releasing her and distancing her from the actual team anyways. So yeah, if she's got the goods, she's going to be doing it on her own. Okay, but she's still out there for, well, what she believes are her values, which hey, if she's being honest about this stuff, I hope that she is wildly successful about it, because electronic voting machines are very, very stupid and very, very easy to hack, like we've seen even the New York Times put out, by the way. And yeah, wonderful impartial reporters like John Oliver have said are very easy to hack and tamper with. So if she can get rid of those with her lawsuit, by all means, and I hope that she has the goods and it's not just a big hoax. And as for the Trump team, the official team with Rudy Giuliani and co., hopefully they take on a lot more election-focused lawyers, a lot more people that are familiar with the Constitution, and pursue it that way, because a lot of certifications are happening today and within the next few days, as we ran down that list a few videos ago. Pennsylvania happens today by the end of business. It might already be done by the time that this video goes live. And yeah, there's a certain amount of time in and around there where you can file a election contest. And the Trump legal team has already done an official one in Arizona, I do believe. Or, yeah, it's Nevada, actually, sorry. So yeah, this really isn't over, and I'm still quite optimistic that Trump is going to end up pulling this out, by the way. There's a lot of black pills going on right now, and especially last night when this information broke. Holy fuck, were people losing their minds thinking that, Sidney Powell was just this beacon of hope, and now that she's gone, oh man, this entire thing's going to be over, oh my god. Listen, there is more to life than just, these cult of personality figures. The fucking best constitutional lawyer, the best election official out there is probably somebody who you don't know their name. Is probably not very charismatic. Is probably not even a great speaker. But if they can actually put the numbers together and draw all the lines, make all the parallels meet, if I could think of any more cliches, I'd put them in here. But that person is, whoever they are, will be found and will be the best for the job, instead of, all of these people that think that they know that they're just going to follow the plan. No, the plan's only successful if you take the proper fucking steps, by the way. Honest to God. Personal responsibility is better than any fucking plan anyways. But yeah, hopefully that gets you guys up to speed. Great loss. I don't know. She's still going to be doing her thing. And hopefully this refocuses the Trump legal team, because it's been a little bit, I don't know, fucking willy-nilly here for the past few days. Post that press conference, it's been oddly quiet. Anyways, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.